What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and a video I'm super excited to make because, guys, we're going to be talking about a brand new fighting game that's going to be coming out in the fourth quarter of 2022, so this year. Now, I first heard about this game from a random comment on one of my videos and didn't think much of it, looked into it, wasn't a fan of the name, but once I saw the gameplay, I was genuinely impressed. So I looked up the developers and I spoke to them on Instagram for a bit, and they said if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So I asked them 8 questions. That's pretty much everything that people would want to know. And yeah, I thought I'd get into this. I'm going to show you guys some gameplay. I'm going to talk about what the game is, and I'm going to go through the Q&A I had with them as well. And that game, guys, is Beast Fists. Now, while at first the name sounds a bit like, oh, you know, come on, the gameplay genuinely looks good. For the 2 developers that are creating it, this looks like a genuinely fun game. Now, one thing they have stated is that this is a golden balance between fantasy and realism. The Mortal Kombat and Tekken mixed with the UFC. Of course, there is no ground game from what we've seen. It is all kickboxing, boxing, and Muay Thai, just pure stand-up. However, the game does look good, I have to say. Now, with the game being called Beast Fist, of course, there is beasts in the game, such as the character Frogger. Now, with the game being called Beast Fists, there is, of course, beasts in the game that we play as. Now, of course, with the game being called Beast Fists, you are playing as Beast. This is not like you're not going to be playing as Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. The 4 characters we know of right now are Naga, who is some kind of snake woman, Alpha, who is like a hench-ass dog man, we've got Frogger, and we've got Istilop. I think that's how you pronounce that last character's name. Now, a few of the things that we can expect from this game is interactive arenas, where the player will feel and interact with the surrounding environment. Blocking and dodging, where they say it's not all about attacking. You won't survive if you don't know how to avoid it at all. And then game physics. We'll be implementing ragdoll and asset physics to make the gameplay more fun and unique. So you guys got to see a little bit of gameplay. I'm going to be putting some more up as we go through the Q&A, but I was genuinely taken away. This was a game I was like, this looks like it would be playable right now. I genuinely was interested in some of the things they've done. I'll show you guys some clips like the Frogger on the bag and some of the fighting and the way it flows. It looks like it flows really, really well. And, you know, this was really taking me by surprise. And this is a game that I think people need to get on board for. So let's just get into the Q&A where I spoke to the developers. So the first question I asked them was, how long ago did you start the project? And they responded with, the idea came about 2 years ago after we made the first character, Alpha, which in brackets is a lion. So there you go, that answers it, guys. Second question I asked was, how many people are on the team? And they responded with, there are 2 of us at this point, 1 CG generalist, Ariate, pronounced Aroit, I think, or Aroit, I can't pronounce, I'm sorry guys, I butcher names all the time, and 1 C++ programmer, Arta. We are from Russia. So there you go, there's a little bit of a language barrier in some messages, but they understood me perfectly. Question number 3 that I asked was, what made you want to make this game? And they responded with, I've always had a passion for it, games and martial arts. I used to do Muay Thai myself, but not as a professional. So he's generally got that combat sports experience, that even training in the gym is still more experienced than a lot of developers will have these days. The 4th question that I asked was, how have you made the characters move so well and realistic? Do you use mocap? And they responded with, mostly we use mocap animations, but there are some key framed ones too. We are not trying to make it too realistic. Actually, we're trying to find a golden balance between fictional fighting and realistic one, which is pretty much what it says on the website as well. They're trying to find that golden balance. Question number 5 I asked was, will the game have controller support? And they just responded, yes, of course. It's made for controllers, but there'll also be an option to play on keyboard too. Number 6 was, when do you plan on releasing the game, or maybe even releasing a demo with 4 playable characters? And they responded with, 4th quarter of 2022. Haven't decided on releasing the demo yet. It might not be a good idea since we will have lots of changes to the game in the future. 7th question I asked was, what made you decide to go for part arcade and part realism, as the gameplay so far looks awesome? And to be honest, game realism and arcade aren't always something I think flows well, but these guys seem to have found a pretty sturdy balance so far. And they say here, we're trying to find that empty spot. There is 2 realistic UFC and fictional Tekken and Mortal Kombat, but nothing in the middle. As Eminem once said, there is so many fish in the sea, but it feels so empty without me, which I thought was just brilliant. They actually quoted Eminem, which made me laugh. Fair play to them. And the 8th question I asked was, what's your future plans for the game? Console release, big updates? As so far, the game looks great. I'd hate to see it die and be forgotten about. And they said PC and consoles for sure. We're just following our passion. We'll see where it takes us. And then they said thank you. And they were completely awesome with that. And yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. You know, you guys got to see some of the questions. I'll put them up on screen as well. You know, you guys were able to read them at the same time because obviously sometimes they missed out a few words just with like they said with them being Russian. So it was, I kept kind of tripping myself up when reading those questions out. But yeah, man, I generally think this could be something really cool. I hope they commit to it, and I look forward to seeing what they do in the future. I really do. But thank you as always for watching, guys. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe down below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.